Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, April 1st, 2021, and we are in the first day of the new trading month. We're in the last day of the trading week because today is Thursday, but tomorrow the market is closed because of Easter, and we are also in the final hour of the trading day. And so it's like the trifecta of time frames today. So thank you all for coming today. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're looking forward to a nice long weekend. I hope you're trading well. And I appreciate you being here and spending your time. And I hope by spending your time here, it is helping with your trading and investing. The last hour of the day is my favorite time, to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come into play. They start taking the control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms, and I consider the closing price the most valid price to make my buying and selling decisions from. So big day today. Currently, the Dow is up 154 points, up 0.47%. The Nasdaq's having another big day, up 209 points, up 1.58%, and the S&P is up 40.35, up right about 1%. So good day all across the board. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them in the trade going forward. I did have 3 day trades today. I will share those with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board and we're going to take a look at your positions. My students can put their positions up here on the board and we can track those and see how they're doing. And they seem to be doing pretty well today. I see a lot of green over there, so we'll take a look at those. After that, we'll talk about trader psychology. Most important skill in trading. You do have to learn how to trade. You do have to learn how to use indicators and look for support and resistance, entry signals, exit signals, position sizing, but your system is only as good as how you can follow the system. You can have the best system in the world, but if you don't follow it, it's not going to do you any good. So we'll talk a little bit about trader psychology. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I do have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First requirement, I need a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1, based upon strong and valid support below me and based upon strong, valid, and likely resistance above me. So 2 to 1 is the minimum. 3 to 1, 4 to 1 is better. And then lastly, before you hit that buy button, before you take on a new position, make sure it's a good, clean trade. Make sure you've position sized correctly. Make sure you have a complete plan, regardless of whether it goes up or down. And keep an eye on your account heat as well, or in other words, how much of my account do I actually have at risk with the current positions that I have, regardless if they're long or short. Sometimes your shorts can go up and sometimes your longs can go down, which everyone is well aware of. So I do have some end of day candidates. I'll go through those at the end of the day. I'll look at multiple time frames. I'll look for entry signals on multiple time frames. I will look for good risk to reward ratios, and through all of this, I'll keep in mind what kind of positions I have, what kind of correlation I have. All right, and then if I find something at the end of the day, I will go ahead and purchase it. And then after the market's closed, if anybody has any questions for me, please feel free to ask me. If you need any clarification and need my help on something, please feel free. Happy to do that. If there's any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the day, I'm happy to do that as well. Just put them in the chat, and I will do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if any of my students have any new entries or exits they would like me to update on the board, if you could please just wait till the close of the market. That way I'm done teaching, pressure's off, markets close, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get those updated. Okay, so hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Let me make sure I have my microphone on. Yes, I do. All right, Dan is here. Hello, Dan. Dan says, hi, Greg and Gregorians. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Kamal is here. Good to see you, bud. Appreciate your friendship. Great chatting with you earlier. Hope you're having a good day, and thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Mamal is here. Nice to see you, Mamal. I hope you are having a nice day as well. Lava is here. Good to see you, Lava. Great to see you. Loved your email. I'm going to share that with the group in a little while, but thank you for sending me that. I was so proud of you, and hope you're having a good day. David is here. Good to see you, David. Good afternoon, Gregorian traders. Good afternoon, David. Hope you are doing well and the family. Lova says GPN 520 crossover. Yes, there is a crossover. I do not. There's a crossover. There's a false breakout to the downside. There's a V2. I don't know if anybody would have a minute to backtest that, see how that backtest, if the 520 is a valid backtest. In the value zone on the weekly, the sideways motion is a little messy, but the 20 EMA definitely flattens out for those 8 days. Yes, it does. And it's a false breakout to the downside, and it's a V1. So here we have day 1, 2, 3. Day 2 nicely washes out day 1. Day 3 closes above day 1's close. We washed out the low of this range, and we have a crossover. And we went under 50, over 50. I quite like that, to be honest with you. If anybody could backtest GPN to see if the 520 crossover works, this might be an excellent setup. It's one of the better ones I've seen today, to be honest with you. Let's see, 2, 5. Excellent work. Excellent work, Leva. And let's put that over here like that. GPN. All right. So we got that. Hey, speaking of Leva, he said it was okay if I shared this with the group, and I was so proud of him. Let me read what he says. This is from Leva. He said, Greg, I wanted to briefly share with you an experience I just had. You can share it with the group if you think it would be helpful to anyone. I am habituating myself to feel good when I follow the rules and to feel bad when I break the rules. At the close yesterday, the rule said not to buy KC. I remember that. I liked that setup earlier in the day, but at the end of the day, it untriggered. At the close yesterday, the rule said not to buy KC. I just now saw that it's up 10.58%. Ouch. I surprised myself when I didn't feel FOMO, fear of missing out, or regret from missing out. Instead, I thought, thank goodness I didn't buy that. If I had, then I would have been rewarded for breaking the rules, and that would have been a setback for me. I mean, you know, from the heart, everybody, and he's totally right. He would have gotten in the mode if he would have broken the rules. He would have been habituated and put into the mode of and rewarded for breaking the rules. But in the long run, breaking the rules is a negative. So, would create those pathways in your brain to think it's okay to break rules. But I am so proud of you, and I think we should all congratulate Lova for that great email and for following his rules, and more importantly, feeling good that he did not break the rules instead of having regret that he didn't take the trade. So just really, really great stuff. Frank is here. Hello, Frank. Good to see you. Hello, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Frank. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Love your poems. I know everyone else does. Lilia is here. Hi, Greg. Hi, everyone. Hello, Lilia. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you and the dogs are all doing well. Okay. Well, Gary is here. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Mr. Gary. Good to see you, sir. Nice chatting with you earlier. All right. Well, we've got a lot to get through, so let's get started. Okay, Berkshire Hathaway. David, Johan, and myself did buy Berkshire Hathaway with a pullback to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, and the V1. Bought here at 250.86. Had a beautiful run up the next few days. Hit profit targets all along. Got up to my trailing stop level. Whenever I get up to my trailing stop level, I get out if I close below half of my position. If I get a close below the previous day's low. Yesterday, it did close below the previous day's low, so I did lock in half profits. Today, up 0.79%. Did hit one profit target up there at 258.05. So going forward, this is either going to get up to the 65 RSI and then close below, in which case I'll get it out. It's going to either reject the 70 RSI, in which case I will get out of half, and then I'll get out of the second half if I get a close below the previous day's low after rejecting the 70. Or it's going to come all the way back to my entry point. And if it does, I will get out. It will still be a profitable trade because of the profit targets I took, because I locked in half yesterday. So, this is kind of on autopilot at the moment. I'm going to give this some room to breathe, just knowing regardless of what happens, unless I get a big gap below the entry, that regardless of what happens, this will be a profitable trade. So that's a good position to be in up to your 1.5 ATR. And if it just gets back to my entry point, no problem. I'll just get out the minute it gets back there. But hopefully we can get some rejections of the 70 RSI. That would be great. Budweiser. All right, I did buy Budweiser yesterday at 62.91, at 63.80. Jonathan, Frank, Gary, and David and myself bought it. I bought it on the monthly. Yesterday was the end of the month. If you recall, I like to take trades on the monthly, on the weekly, on the daily, on the 5-minute. Have not gone out to the quarterly bars. Those seem a little long. But I did take Anheuser-Busch Budweiser with a higher low V2 on the monthly, yesterday being the final day of the month at 62.91. MACD was green, higher low. I like them. It's up 1.5. Oh, well, I guess that's not right. Yeah, up 1.51%. But again, this is a monthly trade. This one will take a little bit. Clove. Oh, I had such great hopes for this trade. Johan, Gary, Kamal, and myself. I like the false breakout to the downside. I like the V2. I like the close above the 5 EMA. I bought it yesterday at 757, 734, down 2.91%, but not to my stop, my end of day stop. My end of day stop is halfway of the washout bar of the V2 formation. So this is down today. It's a bummer with the market being up, but that's how it goes. So anyway, I will stay long this unless it hits my stop. Here is a weekly trade that Lilia and I took. These are weekly bars. Return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1 entry. I entered at 91.74. It's 92.64. So it is now up on the trade. Today is the last day of the trading week because tomorrow's the holiday. So I would make my end of week trades based upon today, but as it is right here, everything looks fine. I don't need to do anything, and I'm glad that it is positive. SSO. All right, so Tracy and David and I did take SSO, which is double leverage SPY, return to value, false breakout to the downside, V1, bought at 98.31, has moved up nicely. It's moved 1.5 ATRs from my entry, so now I am in trailing stop mode with this as well. Did hit one profit target at 103.57. This has been a really nice trade so far, especially with the double leverage, up 4.79% on the trade. Qs. All right, Frank, David, and Steve. Steve bought yesterday with a 520 cross at 318.92. Frank and David and I bought down here at 313.82. False breakout to the downside, and a V2 again bought at 1382. What 313.82. The next day it went up, but rejected the 50 RSI. I sold half, locked in profits. After that, we have taken off beautifully, up and up and up. I hit another profit target here today at 323 even. And I got to trailing stop level. So this takes all the pressure off. If I get a close below the previous day as low, I will get out. And then Steve bought it yesterday at 318.92 because of the 520 crossover, which does backtest well. So we're all doing pretty well on that trade. SPY. All right, I did buy SPY, had a nice overnight SPY trade. I bought it yesterday at the close at 396.33. I sold it at the open at 398.34. So that's a nice little overnight SPY trade. I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it the first thing the next morning, or in today's case, I'll buy it at the close, hold it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and sell it Monday at the open. All right, Netflix. You know what? Let me show you the day trade on Netflix so I can clean this chart up a little bit. But I did have a really nice trade here on Netflix. On the 5-minute, we returned to value. We had a washout of the previous low. We had a V1. I bought here at 531.26. A few bars later, took some profits at 532.52 sideways. Another big up bar, took profits at 534.24. Had a close below the previous day's low. I got out at 534.53 and then had another big up bar, and I decided just to take everything off. So I got in at 531.26, out at 532.52, out at 534.24, out at 534.53, and out at 535.29. All right, so let me get rid of all that stuff. And then I also have a swing trade on Netflix that has done really well. Tracy and Jonathan and I are in this. We bought here with a intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. MACD had gone positive. I bought at 511.81. It's 538.26. It's up 3.8% just today. I hit two profit targets at 529.90 and 537.31. And so far, this trade in the last 2 days is up 4.86%. So congratulations to Tracy, Jonathan, and myself. All right. Another day trade on QLD. This one was a short trade that I took here. We had a false breakout on the 5-minute. We had a false breakout to the upside and a V1 to the downside. I didn't chase it here. I waited until we had a reaction move back up. As soon as it got to 50% of this halfway bar, I shorted here at 120.88. So I shorted 120.88. I covered at 120.66. Next bar went under and over 50. I covered another at 120.70. Had another big down bar, covered 120.52. And then here on this big down bar, rejection of the 50 EMA, I got out at the rest, which was the low of that entire move. So shorted at 120.88, covered at 120.70, covered at 120.66, covered at 120.52, and covered at 120.31. And then lastly, I had another short on Walmart. Here we go. We had a big, strong move back down. I shorted when we rallied to halfway back up. I shorted at 136.27. I covered half at 136.15 on a big move down. We had another big move down. I covered 136.07. And then we had a rejection of the 50-day moving average and a close above the previous day's low. I got out at 136.18. So pretty good shorts today. I mean, considering, with this market. So, all right, let's go over. Let me take a look back over here real quick. Kamal, UNG, USO. All right, let's see. So UNG has a higher low V2. We had a big gap, but it got filled, most of it, so that makes it okay. I think the big question here, Kamal, is whether or not we rejected the 50 already. Technically, no. It got to 49.62. I'm scared of UNG. I think you dubbed it the untradeable stock. It definitely got sold into up at that 70 range. It tried to break out and it came back into the range. MACD is positive. I don't know. I would proceed with caution on that. USO has a higher low V2 back in the value zone. It is above 50 RSI. Not bad. Not too bad. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is right up there at that third ATR channel. I'd sure feel a lot better if the weekly was also down in here. Yeah, I mean, if you took that trade, I would get out of half if it closed below 50 RSI to begin with, for sure. But it's a fractal also. Here's a high, two lower highs to the left, two to the right, and it's a fractal. So that's kind of going your way as well. David says, Greg, sorry if I failed to report yesterday, but I sold BKR. I like the V1 today, though. Okay, so we'll take Dave out of there. Yeah, if you're into trade and you get a V1, it's always a good sign. Kamal says DKNG. Well, we're back in the value zone. We came from a lower low, Kamal. We are back above the 50 SMA, which is good. Did we reject the 50 RSI? Probably not. 48.44 approximately. I do not see a clear setup on this one, to be honest with you. Lou YF. Hi everyone. Hello. How you doing? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Lou, but thank you for coming, and if there's anything I can help you with today, you just please let me know, all right? Okay, so that takes care of all of that. Frank has a poem for us. Let's read the poem. This is going to be awesome, as usual. Let me paste that in there. All right, Frank says, don't be an April fool. Don't be an April fool. Trading on margin just isn't cool. That's true. Unless you like swimming with sharks in your pool. If the market goes against you, things could get cruel. Make no margin your number one rule. Oh my gosh, Frank, is that so good? And it's so true, everybody. You do not want a margin call. It's the worst feeling in the world. You're paying interest on the money you borrow. Plus, if it goes down, you are losing twice as much. So, Frank, I don't know if you have any experience with margin calls or anything like that. I certainly have back in my early days. And so this really resonated with me. Let's read it one more time. Don't be an April fool. Trading on margin just isn't cool. Unless you like swimming with sharks in your pool, if the market goes against you, things could get cruel. Make no margin your number one rule. I 100% agree, everybody. Do not trade on margin. I am telling you, if you're a day trader, maybe that's a little different. Depending, I'm not thrilled about that idea either, unless you're really kind of advanced and understand your numbers. But that's a fantastic poem. Thank you. Lou says from Malaysia. Very nice. Thank you for coming from Malaysia. I hope you are having a good, I would imagine it's evening over there. So thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Ba-ba-ba. And ba-ba-ba over there. Okay. Let's get over to your trades. All right, here we go. Jonathan, Kamal, and David did buy DocuSign yesterday with the deep dip buy of a close under 250, over 250. They bought at 202.40. It's currently 206.18, up 1.84%. So beautiful start to the trade. Up on the day, up on the trade for Johan, Kamal, and David. Very good. Edit. Kamal and Johan bought Edit with this nice false breakout to the downside in the V1 at 40.50. It is currently 42.99. It's up 2.36% just today, well off of its high, unfortunately, but up on this trade, up 5.93%. So that's excellent. Light, okay, we talked about Light, but I know Lilia and I are in the weekly directional trade with the higher, with the return to value sideways motion V1. But Gary expressed the trade differently. He sold puts on Light at 87.750s, expiring on April 16th. So it has to close above $80 by April 16th, and Gary will make his $60 for however many contracts that he sold. So that's looking good for him. eBay, all right. eBay has been a great deep dip buy from Amal. Rejection of the 200 here. She didn't know it was going to go up like this, but the whole concept was that it created a good risk to reward ratio. Got in at 53.50, had a huge run, moved 1.5 ATRs from entry, then had a close below the previous day's low, sold half, trucking on up here. It looks like it got to very close to 65 RSI. Let me see. Close enough for me, actually. You know, if I was in this trade and we got to close below the 5 EMA, I would get out completely of the trade. Alternatively, if it keeps going up and rejects the 70 RSI, I'd get out of half. And then after the rejection of the 70 RSI, if I got to close below the previous day's low, I would get out of the whole trade. But this has been a monster trade from Amal. My goodness, what is this up? This is up almost 15%. So very nice. Congratulations. All right, here we go. Lemonade, Lilia, Kamal, Johan, double bottom, bullish divergence, bullish engulfing bar, V1. Nice trade there. They bought at 89.50. It's 95.11. It's up 2.13% just today. And from entry to current price, up 6.25%. So very proud of Lilia, Kamal, and Johan. GNRC. All right, so Steve Burns. I haven't seen Steve today, so maybe he's doing something else today. But Steve did buy the 520 crossover yesterday at 329.49. This one down today. This one down 1.3%. So down on the day and down on the trade on GNRC. Roku. Steve had a beautiful trade on Roku with an under 30, over 30. He bought at 304.53. It's 331.76, up 1.84% just today, and up a lot more than that on the trade. So congratulations there, Steve. Let's see. PKI. Kamal bought PKI with the V2 and close back, deep dip buy, close back over the 200 at 126.60. It's currently 129.67, up 1.03% on the day and up 2.41% on the trade. NVAX. All right. This is one of the bigger trades I've seen in a long time. Frank bought NVAX here at 135. It more than doubled. He sold 90% of his shares up here in the double range. He left 10 just as a trailer, which I'm sure he was glad that he did because of the big sell-off. And then we've kind of bounced, gone down. We're going up a little bit today, but that's been a fantastic trade for Frank. AGQ, another great trade for Steve Burns. Steve bought the under 30, over 30 on AGQ, which is double leveraged silver, 39.68, up 3.89% again just today, And Steve is up 7.56% on this trade so far. So congratulations, Steve. TMO. Okay, Lily about TMO at 446.61. It is 457.12, up 0.16% on the day, but it's up 2.3% on the trade. So congratulations to Lilia. Fastly, great trade for Gary and Kamal. V1, close back up in the value zone, double bottom, bullish divergence. This trade for Gary and Kamal up 7.47%. So congratulations, both Gary and Kamal. JP Morgan, Johan bought JP Morgan at 152.60. It's 153.06. It is up on the day and up on the trade. A little V1 here as well today. So that should probably help. And Johan will get a dividend if he holds it tonight. Riot. Okay, Gary sold credit spreads on Riot, the 45, 42, 50s for $70 contract. This means that by April 16th, Riot has to close above $45 and Gary will make the money on his spreads. It's currently 52. It is down today. He'd rather see it go up, but still well above the $45 strike price. And BYD finally is Tracy and Paxton bought this back here at about $47 in the value zone with the crossover. Beautiful move up. They sold half right here at about 58.43, and now we are at 61.24. So excellent trade. Proud of you, Paxton. Proud of you, Tracy. All right. Bonds are making a high on the day, which is a good sign. That makes interest rates go lower. Okay. Gold's Eagle is here. Hello, Gold's Eagle. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate that. Hope you are doing well. Kamal says SPY hit 400 today. Interesting. Let's take a look over. We're talking about the SPY index. Yeah. 4,000. Hit 4,000 today. Wow, that's unreal. That is unreal. Good for the SPY. Gold Eagle says, can we look at UEC? We certainly can. Uranium Energy Company. Nice big day today. It did trigger a fractal. The fractal is a high with two lower highs to the left, a high with two lower highs to the right. So it did do that. We took out yesterday's high, which is also positive. It's up 10.92% today, which is fantastic. For the way that I trade Gold's Eagle, though, I would rather have bought it in the value zone somewhere. I would be, definitely taking profits and looking to lock in gains more at this level, but I would not initiate a new position here. Hey, give me 1 sec. I need to turn something on. And I need a drink. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, that's great if you're in it, but I would not initiate a new position there just because it does not really offer me a good risk to reward, in my opinion, at that time. And if we look over on the on the weekly, we're right up here at the third ATR channel. This is the third ATR channel line. 92% of prices tend to stall out here at best or go down. So I definitely would not be initiating a new position, but who knows, that could run. But for the way that I trade Gold's Eagle, that just doesn't fit my criteria. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. So listen, I'd like to talk a little bit about some trading psychology, some good trading words of wisdom. And of course, everyone knows that Steve Burns is my favorite poster on Twitter and on Facebook. This is Steve. He is posting from the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you should go over to New Traders, Rich Traders and apply. You have to apply to get in this group, but it's a great group. Serious traders. Kamal's over there. Steve's there. Tom Basso's there. Tom Canfield, myself. But when I saw this, this really sums up trading, and it comes from Steve, and Steve knows what he's talking about. Let's see what Steve has to say. Trading improves dramatically when people stop making emotional decisions based on fear, greed, and their ego. I mean, if there was one sentence that just the cliff notes of trading, it's this sentence, everyone. Trading improves dramatically. Your trading will improve dramatically when you stop making emotional decisions based on fear, greed, and their ego. See, that's the problem with trading. You're always dealing with fear and greed, and they always want to pull you away from following your plan and your ego, right? So fear, greed, and ego. Predictions and opinions start engaging these things. It's so true. It's like it plants the seed. You're like, I think the market's too high. I think the market's too low. And then you get into a trade based upon your prediction or your opinion, and then you don't want to be wrong because it's going to hurt your ego, and then you don't have a trading plan. Make entry, exit, and position sizing decisions based on signals derived from price action, momentum, and the trend. In other words, make your entry signals, your exit signals based upon valid setups, V1s, V2s, deep dip buys, close, rejections of the 200-day, rejections of the 250, rejections of the 30 RSI, ideally combinations and confluences like an under 200 over 200 and an under 30 over 30. Then you still have to deal with position size. That's important. You're going to have to take into consideration what your maximum allowed loss is. You're going to have to take into consideration what the volatility is. You can do that by using the value of the 2 ATR, and that will give you the proper amount of shares to buy in relationship to the volatility of the market and what you have determined is going to be your maximum allowed loss. So this is just, this post is worth many, many, many thousands of dollars if you would just read it and internalize it. Trading improves dramatically when you stop making emotional decisions based upon fear, greed, and their ego. Predictions and opinions start engaging these things. Your predictions and opinions plant the seed that are going to get you in trouble. Make entry, exit, and position sizing decisions based on signals derived from price action, momentum, and trend. You should take a screenshot of this. You should post it on your screen or next to the wall where you're trading or whatever you do. But Steve's not here today. I wish he was, but let's thank him anyway. That is a fantastic, fantastic post. And if you read this and internalize it, this will dramatically improve your trading. All right. So thanks, Steve. Lou wants to look at crowd. CRWD. Well, I don't like it for several reasons. We came from a lower low and we bounced. Let's see how high we got on the RSI. Did we get up to 50? Probably close. 49.74. So we had a confluence of rejections up here. 50 RSI as resistance above and the 100-day resistance above here. I don't like this bar at all. We basically rejected the 100-day moving average. We rejected the 50 RSI. And even though we're closing higher than yesterday's close, we are below the open. So that is not a good sign. I would wait for a higher low V1 or V2. And or in other words, maybe we could come down a couple days, then get a V1 or a V2 here with the rejection of the -1 ATR channel. Higher low V1s, V2s tend to be able to trend a lot more. Lower lows tend to just bounce and reverse just like this. Ava is here. Hello, Ava. Nice to see you. Always nice to see you. Ava says, great post by Steve Burns. Indeed, Greg. Hi, everyone. Hello, Ava. Nice to see you. Hope you are doing well and hope your trading is doing well. Well, I guess I could just ask you, how's your trading going, Ava? Ava has some great trades, and I hope in the recent past you've had some great trades as well. Okay. So before I turn my attention to new setups here today, I just want to take a look at my current positions again before I get involved in getting something new. So Berkshire got here at 250.86, out of half with a close below the previous day's low, one profit target. Looks fine, nothing I have to do. Budweiser up 1.5% today for myself, Jonathan, Frank, Gary, and David. Not too bad for Budweiser on one day, but again, I did take this on the monthly time frame, so I'm going to be in Anheuser-Busch for quite a while. Higher low V2. Reason I took it, MACD was positive. That was kind of the determining factor, and so far working out fine. Nothing I have to do there. My one stinker on the day, my only stinker on the day, has been Clover. Johan, Gary, and Kamal. It is down 2.12% today. I bought it with the false breakout to the downside and the V2 and the close over the 5 EMA. But it is holding above my stop loss, so I will hold my nose and just hold this trade. Light doing well on the weekly trade for Lilia and I. It is now above our entry, so this one looks fine. Don't have to do anything with that. SSO doing really, really great from the entry at 98.93. Doesn't look like I have to do anything with that. Q's doing really, really well. Glad that it got to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level here. So now I'm in trailing stop mode on the Q's. So that's fantastic, but nothing I have to do there. And then SPY, of course, that's just easy. Buy that at the close, sell it Monday morning. And then my Netflix trade is doing fantastic along with Tracy and Johan with the deep dip buy at the 200-day moving average. That one's doing great. Don't have to do anything with that either. All right, well, let's take a look at some potentials today. Okay, so I've been looking to short Walmart for a while now. You know, we rejected the 200-day moving average. Gary astutely pointed out that shorting it right there would be halfway of the big bar up, which he was correct. Went up yesterday, failed. We have rejected the 50 3 times now. We rejected, we went above it here and below. We tagged it here, went below. We went above it here, went below. And we are also below the 200-day moving average. So 3 days in a row. If we look over on the weekly, you can see the weekly has rejected the 50 and closed back down. So that's a good double confluence of indicators. I think I am going to, I think I am going to short Walmart here. Only question is, you know, what is going to be my stop? I could choose the 50-day moving average, or I could choose the 100-day moving average. I'm kind of leaning just to use the tighter stop. And so the tighter stop would be any close above the 50-day moving average. So I am definitely looking at shorting Walmart today because we've rejected the downward sloping 50-day moving average 3 times. We are under the 200, and over on the weekly, we rejected the 50 RSI. So that gives me a little bit more confidence. And actually, that's why I was shorting Walmart today as well on an intraday trade. CTRE, whew, man, this thing just keeps on going up. This is a beautiful setup. We have a false breakout to the downside. We have a bullish engulfing bar like you've never seen. We have a V1. We went under 50, over 50. Only problem is this looks like it's too chasey now. I just feel like If I bought this, there would be some FOMO involved. If I did buy it, I would use halfway of the washout bar right here as my stop, but I'm not going to buy this. I think it's chasey. If it comes back down on lower volume and maybe test that 50% of the big up bar move today, then I could dip my toe in it, but I'm just not going to chase it up there. Silver has a deep dip buy. It has a close under the 200 and close back over the 200. Do I want to buy it? Well, it comes from a lower low. I think the answer to that is no. I'm getting up here to the 10 EMA. I'm getting up to the -1 ATR channel. I would prefer, just kind of on Netflix, I would prefer to see it come back down under the 200 and then give me a higher low close above the 200. I feel a lot more comfortable with that than buying a lower low close above the 200. People that bought down here, they have their fingers on the triggers. They want to get out as soon as something looks like it's weakening, and that very likely could bring it back down. But then if I could get a new group of buyers that I can buy there, take me back over the 200, then I don't have to worry about these people selling into me because they've already sold into me on the way down. So I am just going to wait for a retest of that 200, or ideally a close below the 200, a higher low close above the 200, higher low close under the 200, and then back over the 200. GPN, global payments. This is the one. Did anyone check that as far as the 520 crossover? Ava says, March trading was okay. Thankful for all the lessons March offered. Yes, there were definitely lessons that March offered to us, right? Kamal says, Steve is probably going to buy PKI today. Okay. Oh, Steve says, hey, Steve, good to see you, bud. Nice to have you. Always an honor and a privilege. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Steve is long TQQQ at 95.49 on the 520 day EMA crossover. Excellent. And Steve is long PKI at 129.70 on the 520. Let's look at PKI. Oh, I remember. That's the one Kamal has, and then we had the 520 crossover. There you go. There you go. That looks pretty good. On the weekly, looks pretty good as well. GPN. Well, here, let me do this here. Oh man. Let's see. GPN. Let's test it. What do I have? 12 minutes. All right. Okay, day across, exponential. Let's test it. Well, it does back test well, a little bit. The drawdown is actually higher. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to buy GPN, Lova's pick here with the V2, the crossover in the value zone, under 50, over 50. So I'm going to buy GPN, and I am also going to short Walmart based upon what we talked about earlier. So GPN and Walmart. Okay. Okay. Oh, I almost bought it. All right, let's see. And then GPN over here. 8-cent spread on that on GPM, by the way, everyone. Mamal wants to look at Amazon. Oh, snap. I did not realize that Amazon has a close back over the 200-day moving average. That is excellent. That is a completely legitimate entry with the close over the 200. We have this downward sloping 50 and 100 right above. That concerns me, although technically from a deep dip buy standpoint, this is still legitimate. But these two major lines of rejection here concern me. But yes, that does offer a good risk to reward ratio. There is a 520 crossover. We went under 50. We back over 50 RSI now. So yeah, that makes sense. That one makes sense. Steve says, I'm long VRM at 39.18 on the 520 crossover. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Okay. All right. MACD's positive, 520 crossover. That all looks good. So we have about 8 minutes to go. But for the record, I am shorting Walmart. And I am going to buy GPN. GPN looks like making a high on the day. So we have about 7 minutes to go. Yeah, I like how Ava said that we learned some lessons, right? We always learn lessons from pain, right, Ava? We always learn lessons from pain. SSO is really cranking. It may hit that second profit target, maybe, if we get a big thrust up here at the end. So again, I'm going to be shorting Walmart. I'm going to be buying GPN, and of course, I'll be buying my overnight SPY trade. All right, and remember, tomorrow the market is closed, everyone, for Easter, so I hope you have a good, nice, long holiday weekend. I am definitely looking forward to this weekend. And I'm just waiting patiently here to short Walmart and to buy GPN. Sorry, I manage a few accounts, so I have to do what I can do before the market closes here. All right, we have 4 minutes to go. Three minutes to go. VIX under 11 at the moment. Hi Greg, is the deep dip buy good for swing and position trading? Yes, mainly I use it for swing and position trading, Lou. I use it on all time frames, monthly bars, weekly bars, daily bars, 5-minute bars. I use it all the time. And to be honest with you, I would say more suitable for swing trading and position trading. All right, so I'm shorting Walmart right here. And I'm buying GPN right here. Everything's making a new high on the day. Excellent. Good. I'm glad you're going to purchase it. It's very affordable, and I think you're going to learn a lot. Lova says, I recommend the Deep Dip Buy course. Thank you, Lova. I hope you liked it. Okay, the market's closed. Wow. I had a lot of work to do there at the last few minutes, didn't I? Holy smokes. All right. Let me see where I got filled on everything. And let's see. So I got filled on SPY at 400. I'm not used to that number. Has a 400 handle. 461. I bought GPN at 207.72, and I shorted, let me see, Yeah. Where did I go? And I shorted Walmart at 135.79. So let's get these all taken care of here. SPY. I got filled at 461. I can't believe there's a 400 handle on this. This is unreal. GPN, I got filled at 207.72. So that was a good fill so far. Thanks to Leva on that one for pointing that out. 207.72. And then Walmart, I shorted Walmart at 135.79. Okay, well that was pretty good so far. I'll make this red. All right, all done. Wow, what a fantastic day. Fantastic day. I'm very thankful for that. I hope if you made money today, you're always thankful when that happens. So listen, if any of my students have any new additions or subtractions for me today up on the board, please put them in the live stream and I will get them all updated. Just 3 quick things before I get to that. One, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've been teaching for a long time. I think I am a really good teacher, and I know I teach a really good course. The course is a total of 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session's 3 hours. In each session, we learn one of the 5 trading approaches that I use. I use 5 different trading approaches. I teach you each approach step by step, one-on-one. I think there's a real advantage in learning from somebody one-on-one so you can ask immediate questions. I ask you questions to find out where you are and how you're doing and if you're understanding the material. The course does cost $1,750, but because of the attention you get and the focus that you get from me, I think it's worth every single penny. So, you know, if you take this course, I know you're going to be a better trader when you are finished. I know that for sure. So if you're interested, all you have to do is send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. Just reach out to me and say, hey, Greg, I'm interested in possibly taking your course. I'll reach back out to you and say, hey, let's set up a Skype call. Let's do the Skype call. It's free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading, what your trading goals are, what your challenges are, and then it's a great time for you to ask me questions about the course as well. Secondly, as we just were mentioning, I do have a new course on udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. It's a strategy I use all the time, one of my very, very favorites. It's very affordable. It's like $12 or $15, and you get a lot for it. You get 9.5 hours of video. You get 15 study guides, 26 total videos, and I teach you step by step everything you'll need to know on how to trade the deep dip buy, whether it's from monthly bars, weekly bars, daily bars, or like Lou said, from the intraday bars. So the link is in the description of this video if you are interested in that, and it's very affordable. And then lastly, you know, if you did like today's podcast, I would really, really appreciate it if you could just take a couple seconds, hit that thumbs up button before you click on out of here and get on with your weekend. It really does help the channel, supports the channel, and lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content, so they will keep sharing it. Okay, that's all of my housekeeping business stuff. So let's take a look. I know Steve had some trades earlier on. So Steve is long. Wow, look at our board again, everybody. It's getting big. TQQQ. I've never seen Steve trade the TQQQ with the 520 crossover. And Steve bought that at 95.49. That's Steve with the 520 EMA cross. Okay. PKI. I already have PKI up here. So Kamal bought that earlier. Steve bought it with the 520 crossover. Steve bought it at 129.70. Steve with the 520 EMA cross. Okay, got that, Steve. And VRM. Steve bought VRM at 39.18 with the 520 crossover. 39. Whew, that's a lot of talking, everybody. Okay. Steve, 520 EMA cross. Let me save this. All right, if my computer freezes or this chart freezes with all these positions, you are going to see a trader's meltdown. Just warning you. Kamal says, nice Amazon had a cross 520 and closing over 200. That's right. Lou says, hi, Greg. Is a deep dip buy good for swing or position trading? Oh, yeah, I already mentioned that. It's good for all time frames. Kamal says, I'm going to add to PKLI with new trader U. Okay. How do you want me to note that, Kamal? Okay, thanks. Going to purchase it. I recommend it. Lou says, love it. Thanks. Kamal is in PKI added. All right. Well, I'll just put plus added. How about that? There we go. Gary says bought Walmart 136. Okay. So you bought puts 136 strike price. Okay, so that's a bearish position. He bought expiring the 16th. So by April 16th, it has to close below 136 in addition to what he paid in premium in order for him to make money on this. But this is a bearish position. Frank, half position, PKI. Okay, Frank's in 1/2. GPN. Okay. Mamal is in Amazon. That makes sense. Deep dip buy with the close under, close back over the 200. That does make sense. Oh, Mamal, sorry. In the habit. I'll leave it up there in case anybody else. David says, is the 520 crossover on Apple a good one? Maybe will happen next week. Yes, it is, David. That does back test positively. Lily says, I'm in TMO, BRKB. Okay, I know that, right? You're already in TMO. Lily, yes. BRKB, yes. Lemonade, yes. Light, yes. Today I'm following your trades, Greg. Shorted Walmart and bought GPN. Okay, well, I'm honored. I hope I'm right. I don't know. We shall see. So Lily is long GPN. And she is short Walmart. We'll see how this short works out. I don't mind taking a short when I have so many long positions. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Mamal says, number one, recommend the Deep Dip Buy course. Thank you, Mamal. That's very kind of you. I know you had watched it, and I hope you're learning something from it. Gary says, have a great weekend, everyone. You too, Gary. Really hope you and family have a nice weekend. Gary says, Frank says, I wish my broker had that Deep Dip Buy course back in the barbaric days of trading. Yeah. Yep. Well, it is a good approach, you know. It's a good risk to reward approach based upon strong and valid support below. You like the 200, the 250, and the 30 RSI. David is in PKI. All right, we all set? Anyone else have anything else for me? Wow, what a day. What a day, I tell you. David says, great long weekend for everyone. Yes, and remember, the market is closed tomorrow, so there will be no market. We're going to have to wait all the way till Monday till we see each other. Mamal says, have a great weekend, everyone. All right, so listen, real quick, you know I like to do this every day. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Pretty self-explanatory. Can we just go out and do one nice thing for another human being today? Just hold the door open for them. Give them a bite of your donut, whatever. Just be kind and pleasant, have a kind word. And in addition, you know, if you could go out and try to do something nice for an animal, that would be doubly as good. I know animals and they appreciate an act of kindness just as much as a human does. And so let's make the animal happy. Let's make the human happy, and it should make you happy. So it's a win-win-win all around. And then Jonathan, looking forward to our lesson on Sunday. Really looking forward to that. We're going to get in some crossovers and some V1s and V2s. So that will be fun. Lilia says, have a great weekend, Greg and everyone. Thank you, Lilia. You have a great weekend as well, and hope you and the dogs are all doing well, and give them a little treat for Easter, would you? Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for coming, everybody. Remember, we're not here tomorrow. We are closed. We'll do. Good. We're closed tomorrow, right? Market's closed tomorrow. So I will see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Drive safe. Be good. Maybe do some chart study, read some trading books, and have some fun as well. Yeah? And if you could hit the thumbs up button, I would really, really appreciate that too. All right. Thanks for coming here today, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care, everyone. And thank you, Lou. Appreciate that. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation, and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity.